Okay, just so you guys know, we've got two number 8s parallel to each other, so that's like probably a number 6. So let's see what happens. We'll turn it on. And there's the fan. So just idling is drawing 1.4, 1.5 amps. We'll go ahead and we'll press our power button. We'll see what the compressor draws on start. 95 amps initially. So now we're going to let it run a little bit. We're going to see. See if it does it. Nope. Yeah, it did. It did. Okay, so we'll test it again, see if it'll restart. It does. Let's see if it'll start with the evaporator. Nope. Tripped it out. Impressive. You can start that up. Nope, just went out on IGV fault, so didn't like that. It doesn't like that thing at all. Alright guys, I'm going to kind of give you the little conclusion on the converter here, 3-phase converter. Pretty impressed with it. It does have this pilot control. This converter, even though the instructions say you can jump these two here and go through the program, it's got a dip switch setting, and change it so it automatically resets. I did not find that you could do that on this, on the PT basic version. Basically, here's the only problem I had was when the compressor was running, when the either this compressor or the semi-hermetic compressor was running, and I turned off the the little, I would say it's a 1-horse motor right here, and then restarted it, it would lock out on IGBT, and then it would try to reset. So that wasn't a big deal because the evaporator motor runs 24/7 anyways, and it doesn't cycle unless you're going to do like a hot gas defrost or something like that. The only other thing I would have to say about the converter is this converter has to be in 95 degrees or less. But in my situation, since we got the evaporator blowing cold air on it and it's in a cold room, it's never going to be a problem. The fan does cycle with temperature. I think as it gets hotter it will cycle the fan off, but in my situation I don't think it's going to run that much. So depending on your application, if you're in a hot shop and you're using this for an air compressor and you're trying to run another motor like a lathe or something else, and the compressor's running and you cycle your drill press or your other thing while the compressor's running, it's probably going to lock out. And so you're probably going to want to upsize to a larger version of this. This is the 7.5 horsepower converter. The other thing is the little rain guard. They charge like $200 or something for this little rain guard. So if you don't need it, yeah. If you do need it, just make your own. I spent about maybe an hour making a little cover for it, but other than that, it's a pretty darn good control. I'm pretty impressed with what it can do, as small as it is. Pretty expensive though. It was like it was 1,800 bucks. I don't know what they are now. I think they keep going up in price, but anyways, that would be pretty much my summary of it. If you're going to use it on a refrigeration compressor, you have to keep the converter in a cool location, otherwise it's probably going to overheat and shut off. I did notice the temperature ratings for the bigger units is a little bit higher, so you'll just have to check it out and see what you think. But anyways, that's the end of this little video.